Hey there, everybody. Welcome back to Martial Mechanics, where we are refining the science of combat. Today, I want to start getting into our self-defense universal principles that I was promising you in our last video. Today, self-defense rule number 1, don't be there. Okay, I'm back. Just wanted to do some special effects. Okay, so don't be there. Seems pretty obvious. If you're not there, you can't get hurt, right? Um, There's some different layers to this. It's not just so simple, although it is still pretty simple. The first layer is avoiding sketchy situations. So say, you're walking down the street and you see a situation happening, maybe a scuffle, some people arguing down the road. Nice easy thing, you cross the road and go the other direction. You avoid the confrontation completely. I grew up in New York City, where even sometimes when you do that, that's not quite enough. You can cross the street and maybe look over at somebody, and then they might be mad at you for crossing the street and looking at them. Sometimes people are just out to give you a hard time. But anyway, avoid eye contact, walk away, make sure you're keeping your eyes out, but we don't want to stare. You can't get through the Something important to keep in mind for those sketchy situations that we want to avoid is a zanshin mentality. This is a Japanese concept of like the everywhere mind. Your mind is concentrating on everything at once. You kind of take it all in and you're aware of your entire situation and surrounding. It's something that you've got to work on. It's not easy. You can't just, I'm going to flip on my Zanshin switch and now I'm aware of everything. It doesn't work like that. You have to kind of train yourself as you go places and do things. Look around. Take note of your surroundings. Have a method and a plan, and it'll eventually work itself out to more of a second nature. And that's what we want to do with all of our martial arts, is get it to a second nature, sort of muscle memory kind of thing, right? Where we're not thinking about what we're doing, we just want to do it, and hopefully we've trained well to accomplish whatever it is we're trying to do. Secondly, on our layer of don't be there is, if you're there and somebody's trying to start in, don't partake in it. Just refuse to be a part of the violence. There's some different ways that you can go about it. A lot of times, violence is, especially in our culture, a very unnecessary thing. Tends to be young men in an ego contest, and if somebody challenges your ego, it's not worth people going to the hospital or jail to stand up for your honor, because who cares? You know who you are, and as long as you get home in one piece at night, you can look yourself in the mirror and kiss your wife and kids or whoever it is you've got and go about your merry business. But can't do that if you do partake in violence and get sent to jail. Kind of a story that I'm reminded of. A teacher of mine told me, and he had a bouncer friend that was working a bar, and guy's getting all up in his face. And I'm sorry if the story comes out wrong, if there's somebody that actually knows the story better than I do, but some sort of scuffle, guy says, "I'm gonna kick your ass, old man," or whatever it is. And so he turns around and says, "Do you like spaghetti?" And the attacker says, "Spaghetti? What are you talking about?" Yeah. I love spaghetti. I just went to the most fabulous restaurant. They had incredible spaghetti and meatballs tonight. I can't stop thinking about it. It's fantastic. What were we talking about again? And so you can kind of get off subject a little bit from your fight and maybe distract the situation. And the next level of that, of don't be there, is just beat feet. If you're in this situation and you can't talk your way out or de-escalate the situation in any way, escape. Just run. Get out of there. No sense sticking around. There's not much else to say about that. You get lost. So now we come to the situation where maybe you're cornered. You can't get lost. Maybe you've got children or elderly family members or something where everybody just can't run and you just can't avoid it. It comes down to physically defending yourself. This is where don't be there turns into get out of the way, right? We have lots of drills that I'm planning on working. That's going to be our next video, is working the skills of how to get out of the way. Seems easy enough, but there are some ways, some tricks to build some really good efficiency into our motion, cut out lots of extraneous stuff while still not getting hit and putting yourself into a safe position to be able to gain advantage and take further control. So I think that about wraps it up for tonight's video. Look forward to sometime over the next couple days, we'll be putting together the drills video and giving you a couple ways that you can practice getting out of the way. Thanks. Have a great night. Keep training, everybody. Again, if you've made it this far and you've enjoyed today's content, click the like button, subscribe, drop a comment down below. Let's keep it polite and encouraging to everybody. We're all here to learn and have fun. Keep practicing and be good to each other.